What's up, chat? Am I the only one not shocked that GTA 6 was delayed? Whenever a video game actually comes out, that's when I'm shocked. I'm shocked when a video game comes out and it's actually good. I no longer expect anything from the video game industry. Why should they release a new video game when they can keep on making $1 billion from fucking GTA 5 in 2025? Like, what's the motivation for Rockstar to actually release a new game? How many shark cards do you guys have? Am I right, fellow GTA game role players? I don't know what a shark card is, but I hear that's how they make their money. I'm calling it now. It'll be a huge disappointment. Will it, though? I feel like GTA's audience has now moved firmly from the people who used to play the single-player campaign and were like, you know, the story is fun and stuff, to people who use it as a game in which they hang around and roleplay with their friends and spend ridiculous amounts of fake money in it. As long as the map is large and detailed, I think people will be satisfied ultimately. After all the hype of 10 years and god-awful HD collection, there's no way they can actually deliver. I think one of the funniest things to happen recently is that people are enjoying the Oblivion remaster because it wasn't actually made by Bethesda. It was made by like a different studio. People are like, oh, Bethesda can still make games. It's like, actually, I don't think there's any evidence of that, guys. I'm sorry, but you might have to come back on that one. I think it's going to be the trajectory of 4, where they ride the hype for several months before hitting territory. I mean, I just said that video games suck, but on the other hand, people also expect too much from video games as well. People are like, this game sucks! I've only played it for 1,000 hours and I've run out of things to do. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, what do you fucking expect? You think that you're really going to be allowed to play this shitty RNG fest forever? Path of Exile players? Get your head out of your ass. I mean, this is part of the problem. Everybody expects video games to be like, provide unlimited amounts of entertainment forever. And they also want video games to come out. So as a result, we only have like these AAA massive flagship titles that are designed to be played forever. You know, back in my day, we didn't expect as much from video games, and we got less, but as a result, sometimes we got better, interesting stuff, and games actually came out more frequently. This is too easy. I have played over 1,000 hours game. I'm playing Wolong Fallen Dynasty right now. And I've said before that I'm not very good at parry-focused video games, but after playing it for about 30 hours, I'm really steamrolling everything way more than I have in previous Team Ninja Souls-like games. And I can't tell if it's because Wolong is just easier or if it's because I've played too many Team Ninja games, so I've gotten good at it. It could be a combination of both, or if my build is too strong, there's also that possibility. Who needs single-player DLC when you can have shark cards and heist bullshit? I mean, 2K knows how to make money, right? They figured out the equation. Anybody who plays NBA 2K knows how this shit works. You make sure that everything is online all the time, and that there's just a shit ton of conspicuous consumption among your friend group of fellow 13-year-olds, and then you all waste money on in-game currency for the next 10 years, and 2K makes $1 billion. It's what Jesus would have wanted. People who complain about GTA having a female protagonist are silent when you mention female V from Cyberpunk. I truly don't give a fuck about GTA's protagonists at this point. I like them better when they didn't say anything. All of GTA's protagonists in the story mode actually get in the way of the gameplay, if you ask me. It's not like you can do anything more interesting than shooting people. Do you think you'll live to see Elder Scrolls 6? Do you think any of us will live to see Elder Scrolls 6? I mean, at this point, I think the question isn't when it will come out. The question is, will it come out? After the massive fucking flaming pile of shit that Starfield was. In fact, Starfield is worse than a flaming pile of shit. It's just a pile of shit. There's nothing dramatic or interesting about it. At least if this pile of shit is on fire, it produces like a bad smell, but people can see it from afar and it will attract your attention. But Starfield is just like a normal pile of shit, just sort of sitting there on the road. There's nothing remarkable about it, even as a pile of shit. Also, I don't really care whether GTA 6 comes out or not. I don't have any friends, so... And even if I had friends, I wouldn't want friends that play GTA and are like, hey bro, you're gonna buy the latest DLC heist, are you right? Let's all hang out. Look at this awesome car I bought using their in-game currency. Yeah, you're not my friend anymore. You have us. I've never had anybody who enjoys video games as much as I do as a friend my entire life, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I don't know why that happened, but it just sort of worked out that way. Maybe I'm just too much of a extroverted normie for you fucking loser nerds. How about that? GTA Online DLC is free. What about the cool limited edition sneakers that I have to buy to show off to my friends? GTA 6 would distract you away from drawing elf tits, so you're forbidden from playing it. I mean, I have been trying to avoid playing video games recently. This is too much. Ball is waiting for Okami 2. Here's a controversial opinion. I didn't enjoy Okami as much as I'm supposed to. Sadly. I enjoyed it somewhat, but even at the time, it was way too easy. It reminds me of Zelda, honestly, in that my enjoyment of the video game is hard capped by how easy it is. Then again, I was like 9. It's a good game for 9-year-olds. Especially because it has a big titty Miko One-chan fox yokai in it. It's important to teach young children about boobs so they don't become homosexuals. That's what my father told me before he would beat me with his belt. Go play Dead or Alive beach volleyball now, son. I don't want you to grow up and become gay. Is there a limit to how many requests Patreon users can make? You can make as many requests as you want. Just don't think I'm going to deliver them. I mean, realistically, there's only one of me and it takes a lot of time to draw shit, so, you know. What does Gerudo Link teach us then? I'm glad I didn't have Breath of the Wild on my TV when I was a child because my father would have taken me to anti-homosexuality camp. I don't know. Japan has a long tradition of famous heroes dressing up as women. Not even Japan. It's actually a pretty common theme if you look at mythology and stuff, right? There's just a lot of stories of great heroes who are also hot boys dressing up as women to deceive their enemies and then killing them. You do the ones that you can make time for. The Patreon requests that I do are ones that I think I can make something entertaining for the Twitter and broader internet audience. So if it's just like, this is why there's a no OC rules, because nobody gives a fuck about your OC except you. Sometimes it's difficult for me to make that judgment. Like, there was a guy kept on requesting the Vampire Flow, Ceres Victoria making Vampire Flow rap stuff, and that did pretty well on Twitter, but it was also like something, a type of meme that I wasn't particularly familiar with, so I had to look into it and see if it was worth, you know, completing it and sending it on the internet. But in general, I can kind of tell whether something's going to be popular or not, just based on, you know, how famous the property is and stuff. Link has 2 modes in Rule 34, Unstoppable Force of Masculinity or Femboy. There's also the versions where he's literally a female. But it's not as often. Usually it's just, you know, they want him to be femboy sucking dick. There's no Bada Link, right? Sexy Bada Link. I think Sakimi-chan drew male preg Link with Zelda as wife. Fucking Sakimi-chan. My nemesis. This feels deeply wrong. Yes. Link must be femboy on Ganon's penis now. Look, I don't really care if Link is a femboy or masculine. The only thing that's truly important is that Zelda shippers feel like they're being cucked. I mean, I already did a comic about this, right? I did a entire comic about yaoi fangirls being angry that Link wasn't having gay fish sex with Prince Sidon or whatever. Ganon fucking both Link and Zelda is the only correct timeline. Does Ganon really care about Link or Zelda? I feel like Ganon is like Triforce sexual. Ganon is not Bowser. He is not kidnapping the princess with any intent to marry. Yeah, I think Ganon just he's there for the Triforce and not much else. This is too much work. I'm just gonna fucking color it in normally. Hold on, I have to go take a piss. I tried to take a piss before I started streaming, and I did take a piss, but for some reason, I immediately have to empty my bowels again. Be right back. Ah. The thing is, I usually drink most of my water when I eat something. I don't understand people who can, like, get dehydrated because they don't drink enough during the day. Whenever I eat something, I have to, like, wash it down with cups and cups of water or else it doesn't taste good to me. I'm not sure why it is like that, but I just absolutely have to drink, like, 6 cups of water whenever I eat something. That's just the BB way right there, baby. Whenever I go to restaurants and the server doesn't give me more than 1 cup of water, I'm like, fuck this. I'm never gonna tip you. This is why I don't like going to any place that has waiters. They never actually serve me what I want. I'd rather just, like, have a self-serve place like fucking McDonald's and get my own water. Because I'm always like, God damn, I need more water. What the fuck? I also hate it when waitresses are like, hey hon, you want a refill? Fucking hate it when they pretend like they're my mom, you're my friend or some shit like that. Don't ever call me hun again. And then you have to give them extra money. I'm not your hun. You can fuck right off, thank you. I never tip more than $5. I try not eat out as much as possible, honestly. If I do eat out, it's a place without servers. I feel like American dining culture just fucking sucks. You have to tip a shit ton. And then also whatever you eat is probably bad for you as well. At least if I'm eating at McDonald's, I know what I'm eating is bad for me. They're not pretending like it's proper food. I work service, so I tip 20% no matter what. I work as an artist, but that doesn't mean I don't. That doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking tip other artists on the internet. I will pirate 10,000 images of AI generated One Piece porn without properly paying the hard-working AI prompter artists out there. Why the fuck do you tip 20%? That's a scam. 20% isn't even like the upper limit in American tipping culture. It's like 15% is considered to be the lower limit. When you get the credit cards that ask you like how much do you want to tip, the three options they usually give is 15%, 20%, and 25%. And then you have an option of being like, you can tip a different amount. And I'm like, I'll be tipping nothing, thank you very much, considering this is a goddamn bagel bakery. It's not a fucking fine dining place. Also, I don't even know if the tip that I'm supposedly giving the workers is actually going to go to the workers. It might be going to the manager or some shit like that. So when I'm tipping, I usually leave cash specifically for that reason. I just have like a $5 bill on hand and just leave the $5 bill. Seems good enough for me. I came from one of those states where the tip making minimum wage is $2.13. LMAO. Isn't the whole tipping system like connected to the American like racial segregation and stuff as well? I can't remember. Like half of the stuff where in American society where you're like, that's weird. It's like, yeah, they did that back in like 1930 because they didn't want to give black people rights or some shit like that. It's always stuff like that, so. Nothing wrong with tipping for good service. Yeah, but service usually fucking sucks in America. Also, I don't want service. I just want the food. I don't respect the waiter bringing me stuff. If you ask me, the waiter is just like a middleman between the line cook and my mouth. If I could sit right in front of the fucking grill and directly give money to the line cook, I'd be okay with that. Why the fuck should I have to give extra money to this person whose only job is to carry shit? I'll carry my own tray. How about that? This is why it's good to be living in Japan where there is no tipping, and yet the service is somehow better than America. Weird how that shit works, huh? I don't need to eat out. I can just eat cans of beans. Beans and rice, and I don't have to tip anybody. Don't get me wrong, tipping culture is retarded. It just is. It is. But if I was working in service and someone didn't tip me, then I'd be extremely angry, of course. I don't care if I'm being hypocritical. I want my money. On the other hand, I don't want to work in service ever, so. Again, once again, Japanese society proving to be superior. In Japan, you get the opportunity to work yourself to death at a shitty service job without getting tips. Feels good, man. Japan is just a really good place. if you're the customer. Not so much if you're the worker, of course. You can understand why there's all these inbound Western tourists in Japan who are like, oh my god, this bowl of udon that's 3,000 fucking yen is so cheap. And all the Japanese people are like, you fucking psychos. We pay 500 yen for a udon shop and no more. You people are crazy. But like the Westerners are like, I don't have to tip. It's so cheap. Oh. Rude Karens have no chill. I was walking home from jogging last night, and I was coming out of this secluded kind of wooded path that goes between the blocks of the neighborhood. So I was kind of shielded by shrubbery, and I could see there was a woman with her daughter on the other side. And I appeared from behind the bush about 4 feet away from her, and she was like, ah! And I was just like, oh, that's a white woman moment. I had a fucking reflective vest on. I gave her a look, being like, you stupid bitch. You would be dead in the wild. It was definitely one of those Karen moments where Karens are both incredibly unaware of their surroundings, but also like feel like they're victims all the time as well. Why you have to scream? That was just to give you a good feeling of the Karen's emotional distress when she saw a man appear out of nowhere. Man, white woman sees the not fully white man. I think I count as a fully white man, at least in terms of appearance. Imagine how hard she would have screamed if I was black. LMAO. I couldn't see him. His skin was so dark. You just started to startle a woman. How is that a Karen thing? I don't know, man. I haven't seen any black women in my area give out weird, shrill screams when they see someone show up. In fact, I've never seen a black woman in my area ever be startled in any sort of format. I've seen them be angry and ready to get in a fist fight with me, but nothing else. If you were black, you probably would have gotten 8 warning shots in the back. Notice how I said I was jogging. You know what things that black guys generally don't do, depending on the area, I guess, is go jogging. Even if they're wearing, like, fucking reflective vests and Nikes and jogging shorts and the most jogging-ish attire possible, if you're a black guy running around, you're always at risk of police assuming that you're running because you stole something and getting shot, so... Like, it might sound like I'm being sarcastic, but this is a real thing in America. Black guys generally don't jog unless they're in, like, the most yuppiest fucking places on the planet. You should surprise an Asian woman just to have a full range of reference. I don't know, man. Most people don't react that way just because someone appeared in a residential area. Black men literally cannot mind their own business and birdwatch without a Karen losing her shit. Yes. For those of you who don't know, she's referring to a very specific high-profile incident in Central Park, New York, where a Karen was using the Central Park area with her dog off the leash, so she was giving the double experience of both being a Karen and a dog owner. There's usually a lot of overlap between those two, and the black guy who was trying to birdwatch reminded her that park rules said she had to have her dog on the leash. and she immediately started calling the police and claiming that he was like trying to murder, rape her, or whatever. So he had to, of course, pull out his cell phone and record the entire thing so that he wouldn't be sent to jail. And then it later turned out that he was like the senior member of New York Bird Watching Society or some shit. So yeah, it do be like that. You'd think New Yorkers would know better. White women are a special kind of breed in America. They're the most protected class in America by far. So they can often grow up thinking they have very special privileges. They just have a lot of moments in their life where they get away with shit as being a white woman. And sometimes they never really figure out that sometimes those privileges won't apply. Because they usually do. Why do white women still think they're underdogs? Oh my fucking god. Yeah. White women are a very special part of American society. If you need any kind of evidence that white women are a protected class in American society, just pay attention to what happens when a white woman goes missing due to like some sort of murder case and compare it to any other demographic going missing. Or the ultimate version is just see what kind of news coverage you get if there's a white woman who is actually being accused of committing a crime. The amount of sensational media who is like, oh my god, it's a white woman! And she did something bad? What? Is just like, it's fucking amazing. Aren't we all underdogs these days? I bet Elon Musk thinks he's an underdog. Everybody thinks they're a fucking victim. Except the mega cucked Redditor white guy who's like, yeah, I have to do better as a man. I'm checking my privilege, guys. Scary Movie had a white woman in trouble joke years ago, LMAO. I mean, it's been this way my entire life. It's one of the few things that actually hasn't changed at all in 2025. It's still like, white woman is dead or possibly missing, you know. This is national news. What happened to the white woman? Is she okay? It's especially this way if the white woman is coded as being blonde. It doesn't really matter if she's like a real blonde or a fake blonde, and most of them are, of course, fake blondes. But that's the true, like, privileged social class. Blonde white woman under the age of... Hot blonde white woman between ages 25 and 20, or maybe like 25 and 16. Basically the ages in which people want to have sex with them. And then you can get away with so much shit. White woman who fucks dogs because her boyfriend ignored her text messages. Please understand she was lonely. He made her do it. You guys that live there, have you feel like if people there are kind of going insane? Do you mean, by there, do you mean Americans? I mean, Americans kind of should be going insane, considering the state of the American government right now. But they're not really going very insane. People were more going insane during the first Trump administration, honestly. In the Trump sequel, people are more, like, chill. even though they probably shouldn't be. It just shows how easy it is for people to get used to a situation. People in the USA are going mad for decades. Lack of universal healthcare and constantly living on the precipice of poverty would make anyone anxious and insane. I mean, that's part of the reason why Trump got elected in the first place. It's a lot of people being unhappy with their current state of living, but not understanding the core reasons of why they're in such a shitty situation to begin with, and voting incorrectly because they don't understand that the Republican Party has been raping their ass for the last 30 years, ever since Reagan. So they're like, oh, I think Trump has a solution for it. It's just the damn Chinese. Well, we can just tax Americans. That will solve the problem, am I right? We Americans are cooked. Maybe. We'll see. It's just, America is just kind of a third world country, that's all. Which isn't that abnormal. It's a country that has extreme wealth divides, a sort of autocratic, semi-autocratic dictator government being installed right now. It's just a normal third world country at this point. I don't think they vote believing in Trumpet. They voted against current thing. To be fair, Kamala and Biden are not exactly inspiring political figures, so... I especially love Americans busting one out over the land of the free. Sure, enjoy the freedom of working 4 jobs and still not have enough money. But we have guns. Fucking Euro cucks don't have their freedom rifles, so... At least I'm not European. I was watching, I have YouTube on in the background when I'm drawing less focus-intensive manga pages. And I found a good Japanese travel YouTuber that doesn't, you know how at YouTube travel, YouTubers are all like, I went to the most dangerous slum in Nairobi, like all the time. I always find that annoying, so I'm trying to find people who travel to different areas of the world that aren't too Mr. Beast-y, if you know what I mean. So I found a good Japanese guy, but he was just sort of chilling in India, and he was like, yeah, I'm just walking around, and this is a river, and he shows his 4K video footage of the Indian River, and it's just like a giant pile of fucking garbage. There's garbage piled on more garbage. Then he's like, this is an area where people come and just shit on the street. Aw, damn, I stepped in shit. And there's just like monkeys everywhere who are also, of course, shitting everywhere. And there's cows everywhere who are shitting everywhere. And dogs everywhere who are shitting everywhere. He goes and gets chai. You get chai in the traditional, what do you call it, clay cup. And the chai stand owner is like, yeah, just throw it on the street. And everyone just throws their fucking clay cups on the street. The video editor was like, also there are some Japanese people who think that it's very beautiful that Indian culture creates a clay cup just for one-time use, drinking occasion of chai. And there's something ephemeral and beauty about the craftsmanship. And he's like, no, that's not actually why it's a one-time use thing. It's because Indians don't want to drink out of a cup that was cleaned by someone in a caste below them. So they just dispose it. They just throw it on the fucking ground instead. Because I guess just the concept of having some dishwasher caste clean the cup and then reusing it after a lower caste person touched it kind of fucking sucks or something in their mind. So what I wanted to say is America might be fucked, but India will never be a first world country ever. So yeah, don't feel too bad, guys. America only sucks from the perspective of America is supposed to be the best, greatest country in the world. But if you look at it from a global perspective and compare it to other countries, it's a pretty normal country. Your successive shitting everywhere had a surprisingly good rhythm to it. I mean, think about it. It might sound cool to be in like an Indian city where there's all these monkeys running around. That sounds like cool for like 5 minutes, but then you remember that monkeys are going to be shitting everywhere. It might seem cool and exotic that these holy cows are allowed to walk around the street and get in the way of traffic. That might sound cool for 5 minutes. Remember that those cows are also going to be shitting everywhere. It's just shit. It's an entire city covered in shit. Here comes the Indian scam tech support. I tried calling one of the Indian scams because they actually fooled me for 5 seconds when I was checking with my email because they were telling me that I needed to cancel my Best Buy tech support. And I was like, wait, was I in Best Buy tech support? And I was like, oh wait, this is a scam. So I tried calling them up and I went along until he was starting to be like, now please sir, click on the link, put in this, no, it was like, please type into your browser this address, and it was like something bestbuy.ru, and I was like, isn't .ru the Russian internet? Why am I going to the Russian internet? And that's when he hung up on me. So I guess I should have gone a little farther, but I was probably like, yeah, I don't know how to create a virtual console to do the full YouTuber Indian tech scam baiting shit. So I was like, okay, now I'm not gonna go there, but you know. The only reason to go to the Russian part of the internet is if you're trying to pirate dark web child porn or if you're getting scammed by an Indian tech scammer, so do not redeem, sir. I watched a bunch of the Indian tech scam baiters for a while, but after a while, it was just like, how many times can you see the same pattern of Indian people getting angry? It's pretty funny because growing up, my image of Indians was like, they're all doctors, which they were. You go to the hospital and literally half the doctors are Indian, so it's like, oh, what a high class educated society. And now thanks to the internet, I'm just like, they're all fucking scammers. All they do is try and scam you all day. So you can thank YouTube for that. How else will I find my Eastern European bangmate who totally loves me for my personality? My biggest shock about people who get these mail order Romanian brides and stuff was that, like, I saw a video show on it. I was shocked that, like, several of them actually did get a woman. Like, I thought it was just, like, 100% scams. Like, of course, like, one of them got scammed at the airport and they tried to take away his passport and all this shit. But, like, some people actually ended up with women back in Florida, and I was like, damn. 50% isn't that bad. They were actually able to obtain real women. Kind of shocking if you think about it. I wonder if... Oh, I was also shocked that... You know how there's the Nigerian prince scams who send you email who's like, I am a Nigerian prince? That's an Indian accent. I can't do the African accent immediately. I can't remember how it sounds like. Yeah. But they're like, I need you to hold... like $100,000 of my money for a few days. No, it's like, it goes, I need you to give me $10,000 so then I can open the bank account and then give you $1 million or some shit like that, right? And then you give them your bank routing number and you give them the money, and it turns out they're not a Nigerian prince. The biggest thing I was shocked about that was that they were actually like Nigerians. Like they were doing it from Nigerian net cafes. I just assumed it was like a completely different country, but no, they're being honest about their country. That's what I was most shocked about. So you are talking to a Nigerian, which is kind of cool if you think about it. He's just not a prince. He's just a local Nigerian scammer. I'm an Eastern European. Want to hang out? Do you have? Are you a blonde girl with big fat titties who I can put in a domestic servitude house slave type situation by controlling your green card access or whatever the fuck that these guys are trying to do with their mail order brides? I wonder if you look on the internet, you can actually find someone who got a mail order bride and they actually got along very well and they're still married and they're doing fine. I bet there's like at least one couple that's like that, with, as the, like, you know, absolute most extreme minority of the whole system. That's the media and movies doing that, always having Indians as doctors or British guys as millionaires. World's a big place. I mean, if you're in America, the Indians being doctors thing is not incorrect. We imported a lot of highly skilled Indian worker class, well, not worker class, like educated Brahmin class doctors and stuff, because, you know, they want to get the fuck out of India, of course. Kenyan princess. Hold on. Mumbai. Air quality today. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Crazy. Interesting. It's a green. It's like a 69. 98 AQI. That's satisfactory. I don't know if that's satisfactory. What about Delhi? Okay, Delhi is 152. That might be a little bad. Still, it's not in like the 400 AQI Giga India air quality range, so not that impressive. We see a lot of Vietnamese women with white dudes back home. Usually the happiest couples live largely separate lives. I mean, wasn't there a whole setup where you could just get American citizenship if you were knocked up by an American GI during the Vietnam War or something like that? In general, people used to get married and they wouldn't worry too much about being in each other's space all the time. Or they try to live more separate lives. Marriage was always more of a thing about necessity than romance. And we've sort of forgotten that over time. You'd be surprised how little people need outside the US. I mean, you don't need much in the United States either. Again, just subsist on beans. Beans are still the same price they were before inflation hit, guys. Just eat beans and rice. Also, don't live in a major city if you don't want to pay $1 billion in rent. That's another thing. Marriage is just getting a roommate with legal protections, to be honest. Marriage just a roommate with legal protections, and then also you have to put your sperm inside the womb so they can spit out your next child slave labor. But beans make you fart. I've noticed that different types of beans make me fart in different amounts. I used to eat black beans, but they make me fart way more than other types of beans. Like, I can eat pinto beans and not have serious amounts of farting. But black beans are really powerful in their farting power. Is womb so much worse choice to futon? I don't know, man. Our house cat is constantly whining and bitching, and I don't find it particularly pleasant. So I don't think I'd be that happy about having kids. It doesn't help that I didn't get any sort of say in what kind of cat my mother was picking up. So just one day she just brought the cat back. It would be like if I was being forced to raise like foster kids or some shit. Or I knew my wife had cheated on me. And it wasn't my son. And then my son was like, "Give me more tuna!" It's like, shut the fuck up, cat. You just had tuna 5 seconds ago. This cat talks a lot, and she mimics human speech, so you can really tell what she's saying, and it's never anything nice. She's always like, me, 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 me. Do something for me. It's extremely obnoxious. It's very different when you made it with your wife, from what I've heard. I mean, I've never been able to tolerate any human beings around me, so step 1 would be tolerating a roommate. Step 2 would be tolerating a girlfriend. Step 3 would be tolerating a wife. Step 4 would be tolerating kids. We're not even at step 1 yet, so I don't think I'm particularly close to getting married. Every time my cat meows, I'm convinced she's calling me a retard. This cat is pretty easy to understand. She's either saying, give me food, pet me, let me outside, or pay attention to me, one of those three. And to every single time she says that, I tell her to shut the fuck up. It's not my job. Actually, last night, I told my mother that the cat had puked on the tatami area of the room, and she's like, "You're a grown fucking man. Why don't you clean it up?" And I was like, "I ain't cleaning up after the cat." She's like, "It's gonna stain the tatami." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, it has." When I discovered it, it was already that way for like 3 days. She's like, "You never do anything around the house. You don't fix the house. You don't do this." I'm like, "Yeah. Fuck you, Mom. I do clean, you just don't notice." So this morning, I pulled out the vacuum cleaner and started noisily cleaning the living space to show her. That will show her doing the task that she asked me to do. Fuck you, Mom. How about that? What are you gonna do now, bitch? Yeah. I vacuumed. Now you can't complain now, can you? Doesn't literally everything stain tatami? No, you can actually wipe it, and it usually comes off. I mean, it's not like we're trying to run like a Japanese inn or something, and we need to have perfect tatami. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's hard to believe you're closing on your 50s. I'm not even 40 yet, dude. I'm not even 39 yet. It will happen to all of you sooner than you think. That's the thing. If you actually look at the amount of time people live, nowadays, think about it. The it's over period of your life is super fucking long. Ball is immortal. BB will live to 150 out of spite. I tried doing breathing exercises today. I've also cut sugar from my diet. Not completely, but much less than before. So I've gotten to the point where I've also lost weight. I have no smoking, no drinking, no gambling, no drugs, no wife, no pets, no truck, barely drive, run every day, eating less meat, eating less sugar, meditating, breathing exercises. I sound like some fucking Californian yuppie shit at this point. But it just kind of is starting to happen that way. You have pet cat. It's not my pet cat. And I'm not going to take care of her. It's definitely my mother's pet cat. Not my problem. Bro is a hippie. Well, I also don't smoke weed, which is definitely something that hippies don't do. They definitely are smoking, using drugs. The thing is, I'm not involved in any of the cultural practices that usually come with those type of like health-related stuff. So I don't do yoga. I don't, do any kind of group sessions. It's just me alone. Maximizing my potential as a human being by not following society's rules about smoking and drinking and socializing and stuff. Where you literally snort lines of sugar and mainline trans fats. It's delicious, isn't it? It's fucking awesome. If Ball wasn't a NEET, he would definitely be a hipster tech geek. Yeah, but I can't do anything technology related either. I have no STEM abilities. Weird thoughts, but I don't know. Does it really matter when cavemen were like throwing their lives away, eating red meat and fighting mammoths or whatever? So I generally don't like dieting trends, but there is a, what is it called, Paleolithic diet concept, which I think is actually pretty smart. What the fuck is it called? Paleo diet. Paleo diet is a dietary plan focused on foods thought to have been eaten by Paleolithic humans, emphasizing whole unprocessed foods like meats, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds while excluding grains, legumes, dairy, and processed foods. So basically, you're not allowed to eat anything that's part of the normal food stuff. I don't think you should like try and follow this shit to a T, but I do think there is something worth thinking about in terms of like if it didn't exist 100,000 years ago when our dietary tract was evolving, we probably you probably shouldn't be eating like 10 tons of it. And the farther the object is away from what would exist in the natural world, then the worse it is for you. For example, breakfast cereals. What is the highest sugar content breakfast cereal? Kellogg's Crunchy Nut. All these Harvest Morn Choco Rice, 39 grams of sugar per 100 grams. Holy fuck. It's almost 40% sugar. Kellogg's Frosties. How much is just normal Frosted Flakes? You're only getting a solid 11 grams of sugar per one serving. That's not with milk, though. It's not as much as I thought. It's only 22% of your daily value for one serving. I mean, 11 grams of sugar isn't that much if you think about it, compared to one can of Pepsi. So, with a delicious can of Pepsi Cola, you only get a mere 41 grams of total sugars. And of course, is there caffeine in it? I'm guessing it is. If you can work out when able, that shit is worth it. You should try and do some sort of exercise once per day. Every day. Remember protests with Pepsi? No, I don't remember. What were they protesting against? Fascism? Soda really is kind of like the ultimate final boss of not getting diabetes. Because like people who drink that as like a normal substitute for water aren't really thinking I'm just ingesting 41 grams of sugar by drinking a single fucking can of Pepsi. They just wanted people to protest with their fucking brand. That's hilarious. Wait, do they have like commercials? protest with Pepsi. Oh, it was starring Kendall Jenner. That's right. Oh shit, I fucking remember that. It got pulled so quickly. Oh, is it not on YouTube? God damn it. They don't have the original version, it seems. Wait, if I look for a full commercial... Yeah. I'm a radical young visionary. Join the conversation. Look at me painting. Look at me asking for peace with my can of Pepsi. Look at all these racially acceptable, multicultural people. Oh, here's Kendall Jenner. She sees everybody walking on the streets, playing the cello, drinking their Pepsi while they play the cello. Look. I like how everybody is like has some sort of musical instrument, because Pepsi also tries to link themselves to like music and stuff for some reason as well. God damn, this is such a long commercial. It's fucking 3 minutes. Kendall Jenner sees all these young people. Yeah, I too am a young controversial. Wow, she's taking off her wig. She's no longer just her photo getting taken. She's walking among the people, guys, with her Pepsi. Wearing jeans. Holy shit, this is funny. Everybody high fives. The police officer is like, I guess we lost. I drank the fucking Live Boulder. Live louder. Live Pepsi. Live for now. Holy shit. Even cops like Pepsi. I mean, it's that's probably the dumbest thing that Pepsi has done. Only coming second after Clear Pepsi, of course. Clear Pepsi is number one forever.
Hey, Ellie Beast here. Today, I'm going to relive my childhood memories. And in order to do that, I went on eBay and purchased an item that's 20 years old. This item was discontinued in '93, and it's a highly coveted...
I thought people liked Crystal Pepsi.
item that people wish they could have. And I probably highly overpaid for it. But you know what? It's going to be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it.
I bought a 20-year-old bottle of Crystal Pepsi. And as you can clearly see, it's yellow.
I love how you can see the horror and fear in his eyes.
Somehow urinated in this bottle and sent it to
Like,
me.
you can already tell that he knows it's a really bad idea.
I'm gonna drink it anyway. And hopefully this, you know, it's like getting in a time machine with Doc Brown, and hopefully it sends me back to
He's so
99
optimistic.
kid again. So, I guess without further ado, I really kind of don't want to even open this.
You can see the fear in his eyes.
Let's open this up. This has not been opened in 20 years. Crystal Pepsi, my friends.
Zero carbonation. There's no carbonation at all, of course.
Okay, it's good. Kind of smells like an old man's nutsack. An old man's nutsack. I don't know what that smells like in syrup. So.
It's syrup.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch. Here we go.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Cheers. If somebody from Pepsi's listening, let's bring back the Crystal Pepsi.
He did it, guys.
Holy shit, that was fucking awesome, dude. Oh my god, dude. The slogan is, I've never seen it taste like this. You're goddamn right.
I do wonder what it tastes
Oh my
like.
God. That was amazing. I don't think I have words to describe it. Amazing. Is it supposed to sit there in your stomach like that?
There's a moment, right? Huh.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Why did I do that?
His body is functioning properly.
Oh boy.
You're supposed to purge when you ingest poison.
Oh boy.
This was from 12 years ago, 20 million views.
That was fucking awesome, dude.
That was fucking awesome, dude.
That was awesome.
If my suspicion is correct, his cap is a Yankees cap, and therefore he deserves the gastrointestinal distress. I mean, what's the most broski baseball cap to wear? I feel like it wouldn't be Yankees. But nothing's real immediately coming to mind, though. Maybe it is Yankees, now that I think about it. This guy is scheduled to box in June, if anyone's curious. It's good to know that he's never stopped making poor life choices. He just keeps on going. I'm proud of him. Red Sox? Is Red Sox the most the broski? You might be right. It might be Dodgers right now, though. What about baseball caps of teams from other sports, like a Lakers baseball cap? Speaking of Lakers, I can't believe that for a second I thought that they actually might be good enough to get out of the first round. when they literally don't have a fucking center. I'm glad I didn't like actually bet on anything. Well, I don't bet on sports at all, but you know what I mean. As a Lakers fan, Lakers merch is douchey. Lakers are like the most public team of all time, so LeBron injured his MCL, rest in peace. He'll be fine. It's not like he tore his Achilles. LeBron, by the way, if you haven't noticed, LeBron says that shit after every playoff series he loses. He'll always just like come out and be like, actually, half the time during that series, I had torn every single ligament in my leg, and yet I still soldiered on. We would have had a center if they let us fucking trade. I don't know. The center that they tried to trade. You're making it sound as if the Lakers got their trade rescinded by Adam Silver. The Lakers rescinded the trade themselves because they started getting cold feet about giving up their only draft capital for a guy who has a spotty health record in the Charlotte's Hornets. I can't remember what the guy's name was. But it was the Lakers side that basically was like, no, he failed the physical. It's not like, you know, David Stern got in the way or something. The center they wanted failed the health exam. He quote-unquote failed the health exam. I don't think he actually failed the health exam. What happened was the Lakers freaked out and said he failed the health exam. I don't actually believe it. Keep forgetting Ball knows about sports. Only the NBA. I don't really follow any of the other sports. I had a period in which I was like, this is the year in which I'm going to actually learn about football and different like defensive packages and stuff. And I was like, no, wait, this is way too complicated. Fuck this. So, yeah, I only follow the NBA at this point. The NBA is pretty simple, so I recommend it to someone who wants to get into sports that doesn't actually want to learn a bunch of stuff. It's like, you see that tall guy? He can shoot over the other tall guy. That's why his team's going to win. That's about all you need to know in the NBA. You can also be like, you see that thing they're doing right now? That's called the pick and roll. They're going to do it approximately 70 times this game. Because every single fucking team, it's the only play they run. So, as long as you understand what that is, you're basically done learning about the sport. Do you think LeBron has a bigger dick than MJ? Gotchigasm? Is there any evidence that shows that if you have a larger body, you also have a larger dick? I don't think that's how it works. If we're going by Skip Bayless, then LeBron is a pathetic, feminized cuck, so he probably has no penis at all. And if there's one thing we know about Skip Bayless is that he's always right about his hot takes and has never been proven incorrect in the last 50 years, so isn't American basketball kind of getting worse, or at least that's what I heard? No, American basketball is still good. It's just that the other countries are getting better, so it seems like, in comparison, American basketball is getting worse. But it's really just basketball has gotten more popular throughout the world over the past 20 years, so there's all this foreign talent coming in. All these kids that grew up watching MJ and grew up watching LeBron are now playing age. So it's just no longer like America is better than the rest of the world. Comparison to previous decades, it's mostly fouls. Not this year's playoffs. This year's playoffs, people are beating the shit out of each other. Shame the Pistons lost the other night. It's okay, I guess. I mean, whoever won that series was just going to get annihilated by Boston in the next round anyway, so it would have been funny to watch all the New York Knicks pathetic fans pissing and crying themselves because their championship that they thought, the team they thought was going to win a championship literally lost in the first round, but instead they'll get the experience of watching it literally lose in the second round instead. So I love the fights. I got to watch the Spurs and OKC fight live. We had a pretty long period in the NBA where like everybody was like best friends with each other, so nobody got in fights, but apparently that period is over and everyone wants to get in fights now. 90s Pistons, they're great. Just Bill Laimbeer slapping people down in the air. I don't really watch sports that much, but when I do, I always root for Detroit. Detroit Rock City! Detroit, most of Detroit's sports are finally coming back after years of being bad. The Lions are good for the first time in my life. I think the Red Wings are still bad, but besides that... The thing is, nobody wants to live in Detroit, so they don't have that sort of baked in, like, free agents are going to show up thing going for them that the Lakers have. The Lions coach looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. They also have Amon-Ra St. Brown, so that's nice. I think we should be do more naming our children after Egyptian sun gods as just like a normal practice. If you want your son to become an NFL receiver, it's probably a good idea to name him after a fucking god. What was your opinion on throwing the pigskin again? Are you a CTE enjoyer? I mean, I'm not going to do it myself. I think that American football has pretty bad pacing, if you ask me, in terms of like the commercials. I don't know why Americans aren't bothered by their pace of commercials, because man, you get a lot of fucking commercials. I mean, I'm going to be cutting this stream short around 6 p.m. because I have to go and jog before Clippers Nuggets Game 7 starts. I usually don't watch the entire basketball game because like I can't be bothered to fucking pay attention to something for 2 hours at a time. But fucking Game 7 is slightly different. I'm willing to watch that shit. Let's fucking go. James Harden, LMAO, LOLOLOL. Clippers in 7. Clippers seem to have the better team. But if you find yourself caught betting on James Harden to come through in the playoffs, are you sure you want to put yourself in that position? I mean, he does have Kawhi, who seems to be relatively healthy for once. So it might not matter, even if James Harden chokes for the 8 millionth time in his career. Nuggets lost their coach and their team relies so much on Jokic. Yeah, I mean, I would have said that as well if we were still at, like, Game 3, but we're already in the whole one-game series situation, so who the fuck knows what's going to happen. If you have Russell Westbrook playing significant minutes on your team, literally anything can happen. He can fucking brick a layup that causes you to lose a game that you were up by 6. You can get like a miracle rebound at some point. I often follow a Japanese basketball forum when I'm watching these games, and everybody there treats Westbrook like he's Sakuragi from Slam Dunk manga. Because he's constantly doing both retarded and brilliant shit, sometimes in the same fucking play. Best part of playoffs was Kyrie watching the Lakers play. I hope he was yearning for Doncic. He's also still buddies with LeBron, right? Doncic was kind of shit these playoffs, but he seemed, apparently he was still injured and he got food poisoning. I can't be like, why can't you play well, Doncic, if he got food poisoning? If I was food poisoned at any point, I have never gotten food poisoning, but if I was like shitting out my guts, I definitely wouldn't be able to play 40 minutes of basketball, so... Also, it turns out that you kind of need a center. We had a period in which NBA games were just like, nah, you don't need a center anymore. That's old. Now you just need shooters. It's like, no, actually you do need a center. If Rudy Gobert scores 20 points, that means your team needs a fucking center right now. Imagine having diarrhea and ESPN reporting on it. Hey, Michael Jordan had the flu game. Zubac is fucking insane. Everyone realizes centers are so important. Remember when the Lakers traded Zubac for basically nothing? That has definitely aged well. LMAO. Not that he wouldn't have gotten traded in the AD trade anyways, but you know what I mean. When I saw Sohan for the first time, I was like, Rodman. There's a chance that we get Cleveland winning the NBA championship this year. And they basically play double centers. Like, they're a really big fucking team. I really hope we just get Cleveland versus OKC, because this is the first time in a while where it really feels like there's two championship caliber teams going against each other. It's like, it really has a very nice King Kong versus Godzilla title fight type shit going on right now. In fact, I can't remember the last time in which there was like a championship caliber team in the East and West, and they were just like waiting to fight. Like, can you remember the last time? Like, I think you have to go back to Cleveland LeBron era. When it, like, pre-KD Golden State versus Cleveland LeBron, I feel like was the last time we had relatively evenly matched championship level teams. Oh, that's my alarm telling me I have to go run soon. Celtics said they gotta trade their stars after this season because it's too expensive. Yeah, I mean, that's by design, by the whole second apron system, right? I appreciate that because I fucking hated when Golden State was like so dominant because they could afford to pay Durant. I think having less flexible salary cap is a good thing, if you ask me. I have that alarm too. Isn't that just like the automatic alarm sound that you get when you have it set up on Android? Or maybe maybe you can choose, but I think that was just a default alarm, wasn't it? No? Golden State played like dog shit. We're seeing the older teams not have as much energy. You can say the same thing for the Lakers. But like the Rockets have no fucking offense, and yet they can still win games because basically everybody on Golden State is getting fucking tired, right? Star power means nothing against a good team. I mean, okay, you know what the number one reason why the Lakers can't fucking win? LeBron James' salary. This is fucking why. $48 million tied up with fucking 40-year-old LeBron. $55 million tied up with 37-year-old fucking Steph Curry. LeBron isn't $13 million better than the fucking reigning MVP, guys. Throw in Bronny's contract. Oh, he's getting paid 1.1 million LMAO. But the whole thing of like your salary, if you're getting paid a max, your salary just keeps on going up as you get older, no matter how old you get. I mean, that's a real problem for teams if you want to win a championship, because after a certain group, after a certain age, you're not going to get better. You're going to get worse. Like, we don't need to explain this shit. Everybody knows that. Like, a 37-year-old player isn't going to be as good as they were when they were 27, and yet their salary just keeps on going up. Right? So if LeBron actually wanted to win a championship, he would decline some money, considering he's already made $1 billion fucking dollars. So the team can actually sign some more people. People are coming to the games to watch LeBron, not the rest of the players. I'm just saying, when's the last time that a team has won a championship with one of these superstars above, let's say, 35 or 33 or something? It's actually pretty rare. I think the most recent one was with Curry winning against the Celtics back in, what year was that? 2022 or something? I can't remember. But that felt like kind of an aberration. 95% of the time, if you have you need a superstar to win in the NBA, and then the superstar has to be in that age range between like 26 and like 33, I would say. And if you get caught on a team in which you're paying your superstar like $45 million, and they're already like above 35, you're actually paying way more for a aging product that is getting paid on past performance. Austin Reeves, LMAO, he was awful during the series. He's getting traded, definitely. I don't know if they can afford to trade him. I mean, they can't. I don't know when he has to get re-signed, but the Lakers probably can't afford to pay him what his market value is. He's on a really cheap contract right now, so they probably do have to trade him. The problem is with the Lakers is not fucking Austin Reeves. The Pistons kind of proved it's not impossible to win without a star. They beat Shaq and Kobe. You have to have good balance. I mean, there's been other. You don't have to have like the true like big three model. I mean, it sort of depends on how we define stars, right? I don't know. The Celtics won last year with no stars. All their players fucking suck ass. Just kidding. I just hate the Celtics. Hachimura stepped up the last game. I must root for my fellow Japanese countryman. Look, you know that your team is in a bad situation when the head coach basically is forced to play 5 players the entire second half without them ever coming out. That means they have no fucking bench. All of this discussion is kind of meaningless because nobody is coming out of the West besides OKC this year. Lakers get a whole bench for free if they traded LeBron, to be honest. I think he has a no-trade clause. Also, you're just basing that off salaries. I don't think other teams want to give up $48 million worth of salary. Like, this isn't... Other teams don't really want LeBron, guys. Like, that's not how it works. He's not in his fucking prime. He could retire at any point. Yes, LeBron James has a no-trade clause. He can just decline if you want to get rid of him. People saying LeBron may want to leave Lakers for his final season, but I don't know how that could happen. Anything can happen if LeBron is willing to renegotiate his contract and drop his no-trade clause and actually get paid less. The only way that shit happens, though, is if LeBron decides that winning is worth more than getting paid the max. Which, apparently he's not interested in, so... If he could get one more ring, he could really sort of cut into the all-time legacy conversation versus MJ, because it would be like 5-6, right? It would be pretty similar in terms of the number of championships. But I don't know where he would go. Again, I don't think the Lakers can win a championship if LeBron is taking up like half of their salary at age 40. I just think it's unrealistic. With a center, they have a fighting chance, but that diminishes each year. I mean, who would the center be, though? I don't know. It's hard to doubt the Lakers because they always have, like, God come in and be like, here's Luka Doncic, here's Pau Gasol, you know? They're always some weird fucked up trade away from suddenly becoming a championship team, so... Remember the time when Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, and... Well, who's the third guy? Was it fucking Kobe? I can't remember. Was Kobe still playing back then? They all, like, joined the Lakers, and everyone's like, holy shit, they made a super team! And it wasn't a super team at all. That was pretty funny. But that's just the market forces that we're messing around with. Everybody wants to go to LA and nobody wants to go to LA for and play for the Clippers, so Mavs traded Doncic because they wanted a casino in Dallas. That's the conspiracy theory. I think the truth is much sadder. It's just that the GM is a fucking dumbass who didn't like that Doncic was spurning him. People often think that rich people are smarter and more capable than they are. But usually, when something stupid happens, it's because the person is being stupid, not because they had some sort of crazy master plan. A fate worse than playing for the Clippers? Oh no. I mean, the team is literally cursed. Even without Donald Sterling, do you really want to play for the fucking Clippers? Do you know where their stadium is located? Isn't it like Inglewood or something? The new stadium? Isn't it like in a relatively nice place? I don't know. Is Inglewood nice or not? Californians, please explain to me. Inglewood is getting gentrified. Okay, well, I'm sure having a NBA stadium is going to help contribute to that gentrification. Do I want to just make this full black, or do I want to make it shades of gray? That is the question. No, I don't want to go full black. I don't think so. It used to be super bad, dangerous. The only reason I even know the concept of Inglewood is because of like Tupac giving it shout outs when he's like, California, Cali, Inglewood. Game starts in an hour. Yeah, I think I have to get going. 6:30. I type in Inglewood or in Google or and I get our results about a shooting. It do be like that. LMAO. Inglewood in the house. Huh, that looks weird too. Been here a while and no pop-up saying I've been here for 10 streams in a row. Yeah, those pop-ups are stupid. I hate to tell you this. But those things are dumb. I also think Chivos are dumb, by the way. We really need to figure out a good way to use points in this channel. Don't get the pop-ups on mobile. I don't think I've seen I've watched Twitch on my phone like once or twice. I always watch it on my computer because, you know, my phone is shit. I'm definitely one of those people who doesn't think of his phone as a replacement for his computer at all. Alright, I'm going to end the stream here. I have to go run, and then I'm going to go watch Game 7. See you around, guys. Good night. Have a nice night.